Is glitch even art? Glitch has become very popular in recent years. It's a process where you mash up an image using a computer software, so usually something like Audacity, which is an audio editing software. The main problem that people have with glitch art is that it's a blind process. So because you have to trick the computer into thinking that the image is actually an audio track to be able to edit it within Audacity, it becomes then an issue because you can't see it actually shows up as an audio track across the screen. So you have to edit the track. You can't edit bits of an image like you can in Photoshop. By cutting and pasting parts of the file and then also applying audio effects onto the image, once the image is exported, it's obviously, as you can imagine, going to have changed significantly. So chunks of the image may be missing, it might be upside down, it might be back to front, the colours might be all confused, it may have even gone into black and grey or kind of like fuzzy, almost staticky. My question is, if the computer does all the work for you, can the producer be actually considered as an artist? Now, there's an interesting text called Glitch Studies Manifesto written by Rosa Menkman, in which she says, "We live in an upgrade culture. All new technology has flaws, and Glitch takes advantage of these flaws. Glitch pushes the boundaries and explores the unknown." I guess what Menkman argues is true, because giving meaning to something is the general process that most artists aim for. They aim to give something either a new meaning or create something that has a lot of meaning. Just because glitch is a random process, it doesn't devalue the final product. If you think about artists that flick paint on a canvas and then it's classed as high end, and it's sold in galleries for millions of pounds, that's a completely randomised process. Audacity isn't completely autonomous, because you can learn over time which bits of the image take place on which bits of the audio track. So by cutting and pasting different parts of the track into other places, you can generally suggest that maybe the bottom of the image tends to be at the end of the audio track. One person that struggles with the idea of agency within glitch art is Patrick Lichty. In his article Cyber Aesthetics and Degrees of Autonomy, he argues that glitch is a game of chance for the producer. They do not have much, if any, control over the final image. The computer does the work for him. Glitch producers cannot be considered artists, they are merely aestheticists. They do not create art, they simply aggregate it. So, would Lichty assume then that if a painter was blindfolded, they're suddenly not an artist anymore because they can't see the progress of their piece? Does it devalue the final product if the artist can't alter and change mistakes along the way? The main concept at play here is the notion of agency versus autonomy. The glitch producer has total agency in terms of what image they choose to import into Audacity, and they might have taken that image themselves as well, so they could have chosen what angle to take the picture from and what lighting they wanted. However, once it's in the program, there is obviously a level of autonomy because the computer's doing the work for you. The artist also has some agency in terms of where they can share the photo once it's done, once the Audacity process is finished. So they can share it on their own social networks, they can choose to keep it for themselves, they may have a website which they publish it on. There's different levels of agency within that process as well. So Lichty finally decides that glitch is a kind of middle ground, it's a conversation between artist and machine. What I would argue is that where computers are involved, there's always going to be a level of autonomy because you can't always control what the machine is going to do. Glitch isn't about eliminating autonomy though, it's about pushing the boundaries and reappropriating the meaning of original text. One form of popular digital art which gives the producer almost complete agency is the political video mashup. By juxtaposing two or more original source materials, you can either reappropriate the meaning of the text or political speech which you may be mashing up, or you can just make it something funny or comical. So the political mashup maker chooses exactly which text to use and which parts of those texts that they wish to manipulate or reappropriate, so obviously there's a high level of agency within this process. Mashup videos are comparable to glitch because they produce new products from original sources, just like glitch produces a new image from an existing image. So the mashup video process is trackable and predictable though, because along the way you can rectify mistakes and you can alter the tiniest thing down to microseconds. Both of these digital art forms proliferate ideas basically, so they can both be classed as memes. In Gleek's Into the Meme Pool, he suggests that memes originate in the brain and then they travel outwards to other brains. Glitch art and political mashups both use technology, usually the internet, to share their ideas. They are both also open to different interpretations. This is what I think makes them both art forms, because art depends on the angle that you're looking at it from. So glitch produces all kinds of different effects and mistakes, but it can still be thought of as art. Although, I guess it does depend on where you're looking at it from.